Question 4. How did you use media technologies in the construction, research, planning and evaluation stage? To make it clearer to understand, I'm going to break this question down to 3 different stages. Pre-production, production, post-production. During my research, I relied heavily upon the internet. This is because I had access to YouTube. YouTube allowed me to research and look into real media texts. For example, YouTube provided me with other political rap music videos created by the artists such as Loki, Lupe Fiasco. I also use Blogger to post my progress step by step. This shows all the research that I take into consideration and how I have progressed from the beginning of the year to the deadline day. As you can see, there are many posts when it comes to research into political rap and other genres. If you scroll down to the beginning of my blog, you'll see many inspirational videos which I have analysed and showed that I have paid close attention to the codes and conventions that are used in political rap music videos. As a result, moderators will be able to see from my blog that I have understood the codes and conventions that are used in political rap music videos and how I have challenged them or applied them in my own music video. When it comes to planning, I also used other media technologies. The main 2 that worked as a pair were my 2 Apple products, my MacBook Pro and my iPhone 4S. One example of where they both worked together was during my planning, I updated my calendar on my MacBook Pro of my shooting schedule, which consisted of various different appointments and locations. Fortunately, this synced onto my iPhone. This proved to be very effective because when an upcoming appointment was occurring, I received an alert on my iPhone. Obviously, this made sure that I was aware of the appointment and the location and the timing. As a result, this encouraged my ability to be very organised and use my time efficiently. Hello, iPod and the camera, but also at the same time I used a stereo which was put the music very loud because it helped my artist when it comes to his lyrics. And it also helped me when it came to the lip syncing of things, where I had to match up the acting as well as the actual original song. Here, as you can see, it's a standard Canon camera, and the tripod. The tripod was very useful, mainly due to the fact that it allowed me to create a steady shot, but at the same time I was able to pan left and right and up and down, as you can see. But most of the time I would move the camera up and down a teeny weeny bit, but most of the time I kept it at one steady position. Increases the looks of my actual music video, as it looks more professional and more calm. Unlike if I did not use the tripod, it would look much more unprofessional, as the filming would be all jaggedy and very out of place. Another media technology I used was the software iMovie. I used iMovie for various different reasons. One, due to the fact that it was convenient, as it came set up in my MacBook Pro already, and another was the fact that I've had practice in actually creating replicas of other music videos, so I've become a bit comfortable with the actual tools, so I wouldn't be completely fresh to it. So yeah, iMovie provides various different tools. For me specifically in my music video, it's been very helpful for the tools such as I can increase or decrease the speed of the actual music clip. As you can see here, I can cut the size of the actual clip. iMovie is definitely very adaptable. I can change it to how I want to, so there's a lot of freedom in that aspect. It's got all the basic features of editing software. I can upload all my footage, stock imagery, all sorts. It's transitions, so to make it more interesting and appealing and less boring. When it becomes technically, I found very helpful for my music video was when adapting and changing the colour levels of the actual video clip. For example, here you can see that I've heavily changed the blue gain, I've increased the saturation, but I've definitely increased the contrast a hell of a lot. As you can see, my artist, it looks nothing compared to the actual original footage. His top's a different colour, it's become more red, he's very faded, he's very transparent, which is a look that I was trying to go for, instead of keeping him boring and plain in the normal footage. So yeah, another tool that I find personally useful for my music video was the Ken Burns. Ken Burns allows me to focus on one part of the actual frame. For example, if I just quickly show you here, you can see here that Ken Burns has become very helpful. For example, the rectangle that you can see, the green rectangle, as that focuses mainly on his top half, allows the clip to run specifically on that frame. So as long as another media technology I used was Photoshop. That's why I have used Photoshop for the adapting process of my Digipack front cover, or basically all my Digipack images that I have used, and also my magazine front cover, as I can show you here. I chose Photoshop because Photoshop provided the right tools for me to change the sharpness of my artist. As you can see here, his face compared to the original photo, which is also on my blog, is much more sharper, much more smooth. His skin looks much more replenished, and it looks much more professional. Also, I have changed the lighting, not a lot, not heavily, but slightly,